Hi guys. I feel like it's a little bit dark in here, to be honest. Is it dark in here? So normally I like to film in my sister's old room, the one that I've been filming in usually, although the past couple videos I've been filming in here because she's been sleeping in that room. I wanted to film it in this room because this is my room. I feel comfortable in here. Today's subject, as you can tell by the title of this video, is a little bit more uncomfortable and a little bit scary to talk about. Sleep paralysis. This is gonna be part 2 on my dream series. It's exciting, and I do want to cover the topic of astral projection, but that is a really big topic, and I will cover that one in my next video on this series coming up. Last time we talked about lucid dreaming and how amazing and incredible that experience is, and how fun and how beautiful it can be. You guys, there's a balance in life. I told you guys already, the yin yang. It's when there's something so amazing, there's also an opposite to that, and what can be so amazing, there's another side that is so dark and so scary, and that is sleep paralysis, which is essentially the opposite of lucid dreaming. When entering REM, our body goes through a phase before sleep or during sleep called atonia, and it's essentially where our muscles shut down, because when we're dreaming, if we didn't go through this, we'd be talking and walking and doing all these things while we're asleep. So everything that's going on in our dreams, we're not doing in the waking life. We're not moving around our muscles, whatever. So our muscles become frozen, become paralyzed in a sense. So what sleep paralysis is, to my understanding, guys, this is all my own opinions and what I've experienced in life, and to my knowledge what sleep paralysis is. Person is sleeping, but their eyes and mind are awake, and their body, like their muscles, are asleep. So you're basically at the halfway point between waking life and sleep. And it's when you are aware and awake and aware of your surroundings, and you're able to visualize your surroundings, but you are physically paralyzed, unable to move. Your body is asleep. So you are basically completely out of control at this point. There's nothing you can really do at this point, and it can be a very, very terrifying experience. Basically, you could be having a nightmare, and if you experience sleep paralysis, you could like envision yourself in bed, your body's asleep, but your eyes are open, you can see your entire room. And because you're in the halfway point between dream world and the waking life, you could make up a character in your mind, let's say a scary clown, and that clown could physically walk into your room, and you could see it, and it could be right in front of your face, but there's nothing you can do. You cannot move, you can't scream. It's a very terrifying experience, and it's not fun. There is this documentary on Netflix. I think you guys should really check it out. It's called Nightmare, I think. It's called The Nightmare. And it interviews people who have experienced sleep paralysis and what they've gone through and their experiences. And they're all very, very unique and interesting. If you're a young viewer, maybe don't watch it, because it actually scared me a lot. But it is a documentary, a real documentary about these people who experience sleep paralysis. And some of them have been able to get rid of it, and some people have not. I do have some people in my family that have experienced sleep paralysis, as well as myself. When I experienced it, I was very young, and I thought that it was real. But growing up and becoming educated on what sleep paralysis was, I'm like, okay, that's probably what it was. And I'll tell you guys what happened to me right now. When I was young, my sister and I, we used to go visit my Nana, and they lived in a very old house. We slept together in this very big bedroom. The bedroom, when you walk in, the bedroom is at the farthest side of the room, and if you're in the bed and you see the end of the room, there's a wardrobe with a big mirror on the left side of the room. And if I looked at that wardrobe at the mirror, then I could see the reflection of the hallway. So like this wardrobe was across from the hallway, so if I saw the mirror, I could see what's in the hallway. One day I was sleeping and I woke up and I was so scared, and I thought that because I was so scared was the reason why I couldn't or didn't want to move, because when you're so frightened, you literally physically, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm scared, I freeze up and I can't move and I become paralyzed, but that's only because I'm afraid. But in this case, I physically could not move. I couldn't turn over. I couldn't do anything. But I thought it was just because I was afraid, and I didn't even know why yet, but I saw tall, black, very, very tall, black shadow people. I didn't see any features. I didn't see any just like tall, thin, black person. Like, it looked like a person with a head and the arms and the legs, but it was almost alien-like because they were so tall and so thin. One by one, they came from the hallway. I could see it through the mirror. One by one, they started coming into the room. And eventually, there were so many of them in that room, crowding it. I was just lying there watching it happen, and I hate talking about this. I really hate talking about this. This happened when I was maybe 6 or 7, but I remember it vividly. And I remember staring at them until the sun came up. I don't really remember anything after that, but I remember being frozen and not being able to move. And once I grew up, and because I never understood what that was, and I thought that I was different, and I thought I was like there was something wrong with me, and like nobody else had experienced anything like this. And then when I grew up, found the internet, found YouTube, I realized there are so many people that experienced what I experienced, and not only that, but experience crazier things than me on the daily basis. So I'm not the only one, and there's nothing wrong with you if something like this happens. Just try to always be positive. Don't try to engage in that. I don't think you should if it's a negative thing. Try to like clear your mind and cleanse your body and your soul. Have a light around you at all times. Like a spiritual light, I'm saying. Like, have a spiritual light around you at all times, and I feel like evil could never harm you if you have a light. I am a very spiritual person, and I do like pray and things like that, and I think that helps a lot. My grandmother told me recently that she experienced sleep paralysis while she was a kid, and it's very terrifying what she told me. She told me about how she used to see a man coming out of her closet every single night for months, and he would walk out of her closet, she'd close her eyes, and then she'd open them again, hoping that he would be gone, and he'd still be walking towards her, up to her bed, and straight into her face like this. Like, he would walk right up to her, and then stare at her face like this while she was, oh man, my bangs are disgusting. I'm going to bed right after this, you guys. I look awful. I don't know how people deal with these things, because a lot of people deal with them on the daily. People are afraid to go to sleep because of this. I really hope that I never experienced anything like that again. Sleep paralysis. So according to a study in 2011, 3,600 people were asked whether they experienced sleep paralysis or not, and 65% of those people said yes. So it's way more common than you think. It's a real terrifying condition of people experiencing visions and sensations in this state, and it's awful. According to another study, common age groups of sleep paralysis consist of between 16 and 43 years old. One of the most terrifying things about sleep paralysis is that a lot of people actually claim to see the same things, report seeing the same things, and one of the things that people say that they see that goes back a long time ago is seeing an old hideous hag, like a witch or an old lady, laughing at them, coming after them, touching them, whatever. I'm so scared. I'm filming this at night, guys. Like, this is not okay. I hate this. But you guys asked for this. Scandinavians actually have a lot of like artwork and stuff referring to this sleep paralysis hag, and they refer to her as mare, or the situation of that happening, mare, and that's actually how the name nightmare came to be, because of that and that story and that situation, and people to this day claim to see her in their sleep paralysis. So I think that's actually pretty cool to think about, like, where the word nightmare came from. I don't know, like, whether to think this is a medical condition or if it in fact is a supernatural thing that is occurring. I think it's very strange altogether. Dreams in itself are very strange and hard to explain, but I find them so fascinating and I love it, and I can't wait to like educate myself more on these things, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about them. And there's so many things I want to cover in this series, so if you guys like this, please let me know and I will continue making these videos. If not, let me know and I won't do them anymore, but just tell me, because I need to know. A lot of people say that the causes of sleep paralysis can be lack of sleep, stress, anxiety, alcohol consumption before bed, anything like that. So the best way to avoid it, I think, is meditating, staying calm and relaxed before bed. Try to get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Like I said, stay positive. Have a spiritual light around you at all times. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video on this series, I'm going to be covering astral projection, which is a lot. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you like me, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because I make videos every week. If you guys ever experience sleep paralysis, let me know. Tell me your stories and your experiences because I'd love to hear them. And stay positive, guys. I love you all. Peace and love, guys. Love you.